Chad Cooper. Will you just stand up for a second? Chad is the new voice of the Pittsfield Colonials, and I'll just say a couple of words, and then Chad will just give you a couple of minutes of what he's done in the past. But he's a pro, and Chad, our games were streamed onto our website last year, and we're negotiating now with a local station to be able to broadcast all of our games just in the Pittsfield area. I think the station goes out to Richmond, which is great because that's where I live. Chad, could you just say a couple of words about what you've done?
He won't brag about himself. I'll give you this. Chad and I have worked in the Frontier League together for years. 2 times a radio voice of the year for the Frontier League. Does an outstanding job. Actually, probably gives one of the best interviews I've ever had. This guy really has his stuff together. When he sits down with you, he will try to reach deep and maybe do something that's off the charts that's just not sports related, something a little bit about the person, which is great because it shows that we care a little bit more about baseball, or he cares a little bit more about baseball than a lot of people do. So he's a great voice for us, and lives in the Albany area, so we're excited to have him. And I think it was not much of a choice when we interviewed. How many did we interview, Nick? 7? 6?
6.
We did 6 interviews in one day, and of course you knew, I knew what my vote was going to be just because I knew him, and that makes it very nice. And as we voted on him, he was our unanimous decision, so we're excited to have Chad here.
So we want you to say a few words so we can hear your voice. We don't care what you say.
I'm just very, very. You want to come up there or
go for it? Whatever you like.
Make it a little easier. I'm just very excited to be here. Having the opportunity to come over to Pittsfield. I've been in Wacona Park a couple of times. It's got a great feel to it, so I'm very excited to be able to come over here and be able to call that home, to be able to broadcast locally, essentially, for me, instead of having to pack up and move for 5 months out to the Midwest and then come back, to be able to be here and just to be around this organization. I've just had the opportunity to interact with some people over the course of the past couple of weeks. As Jamie said, I've known Jamie for a while. Buddy, I've gotten to know a little bit. It's going to be a really fun year, I think, with the Colonials.
Thank you.